Record better audio anywhere with Motive Digital microphones from Shure. Easy-to-use options like the MV88 plug directly into your phone or computer and include a free app. Create studio-quality sound for podcasts, music, and videos. Visit Shure.com to learn more.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? This is the one and only Romey-Mak. Welcome to Romey-Mak's 2 Cents, where we talk about any and everything, and I give my 2 cents. Well, today is a very special day. It's the day before Thanksgiving, but I also get to interview a very good friend of mine from childhood today, Miss Jenae Gardner, who is a CEO of an accessories company, and me and Joe Sneaks, they're taking their time getting online, but what we're going to do is get this show rolling, and I hope everybody had a good week. I'm pretty sure it's pretty hectic out there trying to grab things for the for the holiday, but want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show, and hopefully it's one of the we make it one of the best ones ever. This is the first time officially interviewing someone calling into the show, so let's get it going. Well, hello, Miss Gardner. How you doing?
Hey.
All right. Introduce yourself to your people.
Hey, everyone. I am Jenae Gardner, and I am ready to talk and give my 2 cents.
Oh, okay. All right. Copyright infringement, but we're not going to say nothing about that. No, Jenae. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. There's a lot going on, with the holidays coming up, but everything's going well. Let's get right into it. Joe Sneaks and I think Ebony should be joining us pretty soon, but we'll go ahead and get into the interview. So, Jenae's Treasures, and make sure I pronounced that. That was correctly pronounced, right?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Nice.
Well, exactly what is Jenae's Treasures? The people want to know exactly what that business is.
Jenae's Treasures is actually an accessory business. My company provides affordable accessories for men, women, and kids. Basically, I wanted to create a collection that was really, really dope, something different and unique, but affordable, but still had the quality that you would see from your bigger designers. We have a wedding collection. We have a kids collection, which is also my son's line. That's called the Jaden Alex collection, and that's just special for kids. It's perfect for kids. All of your girls and the little boys, they want to put on accessories, but you never can find something that's age-appropriate and that's not going to break. So we basically create those perfect and special for them. And, it's unique. It's fun. It's cool. And we also have a collection for men. Our men's collection is of course, it's amazing. It consists of ties and bow ties, pocket squares, lapel pins, watches, anything you need to add to an outfit is what we carry. That's about it when it comes to our accessory collection.
Okay, all right. Well, how did you get your business started?
Well, first, I just took a moment and I sat down and I wrote down all of my ideas and I prayed over them, and I really wanted something unique. So what I did was I went and I did a lot of research. I took time and I looked at other companies that I could model that were very successful, and I wanted to create something that they did not offer. There are a lot of stores that sell accessories, but there are not a lot of stores where you can get everything in one store. So that's what I wanted to create. I wanted to create something that you can get everything in one store, one-stop shop. And so that's what I did. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of praying, and I just started. I went out. I didn't have a lot of money. A lot of people say I have money, and no, you can start a business without money. That's real. I didn't have a lot of money at all. I started making things. I started out by making things. I actually started making jewelry in high school. Wow. Shout out to Nancy River.
Yeah, definitely.
I started making jewelry when beaded jewelry. Remember when beaded jewelry was high? I started making beaded jewelry in high school, and that that was like when I had my little niche was back in high school. But yeah,
that's awesome. So what drives you to keep going with your business?
It's a passion. I have a passion for it. When I see people's face expressions when they get quality, when they get what they're looking for, when I'm able to make the kids smile when they have something unique that nobody else in their classroom has, when I'm able to feel that hug from the bride when, you know, they finally found the right necklace for their perfect day, just to make everybody else happy, to be able to serve the community is what really makes me excited and keeps me going. To me, it's not just a business. It's something, my way of reaching out, my way of being able to minister to people, my way of being able to provide something that you're always looking for but nobody else has, because I also do custom design. So I'm able to create exactly what you want for you. And to just make everyone happy, that really, really, really keeps me going. That's my favorite part of the whole business.
Okay. Well, how hard is it to maintain your businesses?
Oh, Lord. Extremely hard. I'm not going to front. It's extremely hard to maintain the businesses. I'm a mom, of course, first, and I'm running multiple businesses at one time. So it takes a lot of organization. It takes a lot of organization, and having the right people surrounded by you, and it's really hard, but as long as you're organized and, you take moments out to breathe, because things can get hectic at times, and you keep God first, you're good. You're good to go. That's
awesome. That's awesome. So with the holidays coming up, it's only right we talk about this cookbook endeavor that you had mentioned to me prior to this interview. So what made you want to create a cookbook?
Well, cooking is like therapy. You know how when people are sad, they eat a lot? Well, cooking can be therapy and therapeutic for you. And what I wanted to do, of course, us ladies and some of the men, the fellas, you want to stay in shape and you want to look good, but it's really, really hard to do that when you have a busy schedule or you're running businesses, you have kids, or, you're a stay-at-home mom, or, you're in the military or whatever it may be. It's hard. You're always on the go. You're grabbing food all the time. And so it's hard to eat healthy. And I wanted to create something that you can eat healthy, and it's fun, and it's not as expensive. A lot of healthy foods are expensive. You go to the market and things like that. Everything is expensive. So I wanted to create something where you can eat healthy and you can create great, cool meals that are not boring, because I hate boring food, that you can create out of your refrigerator. So that's kind of the idea behind the cookbook, is to create healthy foods that are not boring. Everybody gets tired of eating, baked chicken and some type of vegetable when you're trying to lose weight. So this book is a cookbook that's designed. It's very easy meals, but it's healthy, and it's fun, and it's cool, and it's different. It's something different. And it's certain meals that you can cook for yourself or your entire family, things that the kids will enjoy, they'll love to eat. They want to eat mashed potatoes. Let's make cauliflower mashed potatoes instead of potatoes, do it with cauliflower and make it fun. And that's basically the idea behind the book.
Okay. So, let's see. So where can people get this cookbook once it's released?
The book will be released. Yes, the book is going to be released next year. We're actually going to have a tasting in the month of April where you're able to come out. If you're in the 757, of course, you're able. I know you're in Miami, but if you're in the 757, you can come out and you can taste some of the recipes that will be in the book. The book will be released towards the end of the year of next year, and it will be online, on Amazon and things like that. Also, we're working on getting some books in Barnes & Nobles and things like that. So if you're in Miami, you can get the book too.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you something. What motivates Jenae to just go hard every day?
What motivates me is my major motivation is trying. I can't give up. I know you hate that word, can't. I don't ever want to give up, ever. I've been through a lot, and that is a reminder. Not allowing my past or certain situations that have occurred in my life to define me now. It doesn't, it's not my current situation. And so that motivates me to keep going and to never give up despite the situation, despite what's going on. There's always a way. If you're still living, if you're alive, if you're still breathing, there's always hope. So that motivates me. Every day I wake up and I'm breathing, to me, that's another day, another chance to make things happen.
Awesome. All right, well, let me ask you something. It might be kind of personal, or might be airing folks out. But do you feel that you have a strong support system to carry out your businesses?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody's tuning in today. Thanks for that question. I'm glad I have all these listeners and that they're going to be calling me afterwards. No, but real talk. As far as my support system, I have very few people in my corner that are consistent. You know, it's one thing you have a lot of people that try to. Yes.
I didn't say no names or nothing, but
I ain't gonna say no names. Look, Miami and in Florida, I ain't gonna say no names. But yeah, it's honestly it's really crazy when you're in business or when you're doing anything, especially when a minute mind can't fathom that. It's really hard for people to catch on to your vision, and it's okay because God didn't give them that vision, and He gave it to you. But it's really hard, and I've had close friends tell me I dream too big, or why would you do that, or why don't you just get a 9 to 5 and things like that. I've had family members, I have multiple people do that, but I've also had that handful of people that's like, you know what, Jenae, I believe you can do it. I've seen you do it. I believe you can. You're destined. That's who you are. And so I just want to encourage anyone who's listening that whether you have a huge support system or whether it's just you, my son is very, very supportive. My son is very, very supportive. And he's only 8. But if you don't have anyone to support you, you have God, and that's all you need. He's definitely enough. And, if you just focus on your desires, your dreams, your vision, and execute them, that's all that matters. Honestly, when there are not a lot of people that will support you until you make it big,
Right.
But
right. They have to see the brand name in order for them to support you. Let me get a little pause moment so I can bring in my co-host Joe Sneaks real quick. We're about to get this thing rolling. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Say what up to the people and say what up to Jenae. This is all family here online now.
Okay, what's up, Jenae?
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm good.
All right. Yeah, Joe, we were just talking about, talking to Jenae about does she feel like she have that strong support system to carry out, her businesses that she has. So many businesses, dreaming too big. You can never dream too big. in my mind.
No, you can't
Not
dream too big.
This was just an idea for me. To be honest, this whole podcast thing, I talked about this maybe 5 years ago with coworkers. They were just like, you know what, John, you talk a lot of good stuff. You should start, a podcast. And at first, I let the fear of, I'm not saying fear of failure, but fear of success kind of keep me from doing it. And then it was just like I got motivated by a good friend of mine, John Phillips. Shout out to Phillips out there in Tampa. He had, I told him about the idea for a podcast, and he started it up, and he wanted to, he ended up moving a lot faster than I was, and I was like, I'm not gonna share my dream with someone, and then let them, put more effort into it than I am. So ended up, getting the podcast going. I had told Joe about it. It just randomly it's wild how, God put things together. Joe called into the show one time, and then it's been magic ever since. It's been nothing short of a blessing, to have Joe on the show, and for us to be able to have you on the show, Jenae, is just awesome. You know what I mean? For us to know each other for so long, and then just to be having just having regular conversation.
Yeah.
But still moving forward in success and in business. But let me ask you, what type of food will be in the cookbook? I know you mentioned the cauliflower like substitute for mashed potatoes, but what other types of food will be in this cookbook?
Well, my favorite food is seafood. So it's going to be a lot of seafood.
All right.
In the book, it's also going to be chicken because everybody loves chicken. Who doesn't eat chicken? It's going to be chicken, but I'm going to actually have a segment in the book where it's going to be various ways to cook chicken because chicken can get boring if you bake it all the time and you're just trying to eat healthy or grill it. So I'm going to have a lot of my specialty marinades, which is going to spice up a lot of the food, and it's going to be really cool. It's going to be dope.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, what advice can you offer to someone who's aspiring to make a successful business?
My biggest advice is to stay focused. Oh, my goodness. Stay focused. That is the biggest advice, because what happens is when you're creating a business and you have all these ideas, in the beginning you're so excited, and like we talked about, the support system, it might be somebody there, it may not be people there, but stay focused despite, all of the hiccups that comes into planning the business and actually executing it, because as you're really excited in the beginning, and then, sometimes in the beginning of the business you don't make money, but don't give up on your dream. Keep going. If it's your passion, it's not work anyway. You're doing something that you love to do, and just continue to create. So my advice would be to focus, continue to constantly create. I create in the middle of the night. I have a notebook. I have my phone by my bed, and in the middle of the night, sometimes I wake up and just write down ideas. As I'm praying, I always have these visions. I always write these things down, and then I execute. And so that's my biggest advice. Focus, create, execute. Always keep God first. And don't give up, despite what it looks like, whether it's coming together immediately or not. Do not give up, and do not listen to the naysayers. And you'll be good.
That's cool.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. What is your biggest fear here? But what is your biggest fear?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now you keep asking all these all these questions. They're gonna have people calling me after we hang up. Oh my goodness, Joe, can you answer this for me? Where you at? My biggest fear. Actually, my biggest fear is not failure, like most people. My biggest fear is not providing something that I want to make the company, all my companies, is something that I want to impact someone with. Hence, Impact Nation, the Cheer Squad. But that's something that I want to impact everyone with and to make a difference. And my biggest fear is not making a difference, is not helping. And that's kind of the seed of all of the companies, is to provide, is to help, is to make a difference. And so my biggest fear is not doing that. And that's why I'm trying to work consistently on doing that, because that's the biggest goal. That's my number one goal. So that's probably my biggest fear.
Trying to inspire people. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to, inspire. Cool. That's what it's about. I really desire to, especially moms, single moms, or military spouses, or anyone, men or women, that have endured anything. I just want to encourage them and to inspire them that they can continue to reach their goals, and no dream is too small. I've had so many people tell me that I dream too big, or like, what, you're auditioning for something, or you want to do this TV show? Yeah, I don't think anything is too small. So I just want to inspire. I want everybody to be at the top.
That's cool.
Okay. Well, looking back at your life in business,
say that again.
Looking back at your life business since you started your businesses, would you change anything about the past?
Would I change anything about my past? Actually, I would not. Now, going through time, I've said plenty of times, man, I wish I could have did this differently, or I regret this, all of that. But every day I'm understanding that it's such a learning process, and we utilize all the things that we've experienced, from our childhood to now. It has taught us so many lessons, and it doesn't feel good while you're going through it, but it's something that can maybe help someone else. And if I want to inspire, I can't regret the things or change the things that I've experienced, because I'm able to use those moments to help someone else and show them, like, hey, you can get out of this, you can do this, because, I did it, so I know you can do it. So, no, I would not change anything. What I will, if there was one thing that I could choose, it would be to, a lot of times we keep people around us, and a lot of times we keep family included or friends around us just because they've been friends for so long, or they've been family for so long. And it's like, if they're not on the same page as you, you really don't need them in your circle, because it can make you stagnant, because you can begin to listen and not even realize you're listening.
Yeah, you don't need no yes people.
Yeah, I know yes men. No yes men around.
Definitely. That's right.
Yeah. So, well, that's all the questions I have for Jenae is just necessarily in this interview, but Joe, you just coming in, man. You got anything you want to ask Jenae before we go any further?
I ain't got nothing to ask, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let her know I admire her hustle, you know, I always see her on Facebook and everything. Pushing cheerleading and you know the show and everything.
Impact Nation.
That's pretty dope, yo. Especially, you know, your hustle is everything, you know. I like women that hustle. That's cool.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That man GQ right here, man, just cool. Cool as a thing right there. I like how you get down. I like the way you hustle. You know what I mean? No. Let me bring it to some things we're going to talk about in the episode. But I'll ask both of you, and I'll ask Jenae first. But do you feel like females are pressured to have the perfect figure?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. All right. From your perspective, give it to me. What you got? Why do you feel like that?
I feel like because a lot of people say that I don't care about what people think and things like that, but you do. To a certain extent, you should. You know, perception is a lot. You can't, you know, appearance is important. Everyone wants to look good. I mean, from a different perspective, of course you should be healthy, but everyone wants to look good. And I feel like a lot of people are compared to celebrities or certain images, hence everybody getting surgery and all those type of things. And I feel like there is a lot of pressure. It is, to be honest.
Okay. All right. What about you, Joe?
I don't knock any size, color, shape, size. It don't matter to me, man. I'm not too big on the whole shape thing. I definitely got to get in shape myself. So it's like, who am I to knock anybody else about their, you know, figure or whatever? So nah, I'm not. I'm down with the round. It's cool.
Down with the round. Right.
Did you just make that up?
You didn't say how round. You didn't say how round, but we'll leave it at we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. You definitely don't want to be talking to like Christmas ornament round. You know. But it is. I mean, you know, whatever floats your boat. I mean, I can only speak. I'm honest. I only say how I feel on the subject. Are females pressured to have the perfect figure? I think it's more so like the magazines, like, you know, that the Cosmos and all that stuff that tell women basically in so many words, telling them that they're not big enough, the butt is not big enough, their breasts are not big enough, their hips aren't wide enough. But everyone likes what they like. You know what I'm saying? Like there's someone for everybody, and you can only like only you know what you like. You know, and that goes for females into men, like into males, and then males into females. You know what I mean? For me, I like what I see. You know, that's just what pretty much that's what it is. You know, it all depends on the sizes. You know, they vary. You know. Sizes vary in life, you know, and like I said, when I see it, I know like this, you know, necessarily doesn't have to have the biggest butt, doesn't necessarily have to have the smallest, necessarily have to have the biggest breast, necessarily have the smallest breast. I know this comes off kind of shallow or anything, but I'm gonna live in my truth, and everybody else can just see and pretend, you know, that they don't feel a certain way. But you obviously, some people know what they like when they see it. Like if a guy was, you know, overweight. Some women are into the overweight level. You know, some women are into like the real skinny guys, like, you know, how Genuine and Tupac were. You know what I mean? And they like those that are big, like Schwarzenegger and C.T. Fletcher. You know, they like, you know, big kind of buff guys. And then there's some females that actually like guys that got they call it the daddy body, the dad body with the, you know, with the tummy and all that, you know, rolling through. And you shaped like a pear or Grimace, you know, the McDonald characters. But, you know, whatever floats your boat is, I say go with it. That's how I feel about that one. Are we for or against celebrities opening their lives to us through reality TV or social media? And I'm gonna start with Joe on this one.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm definitely for it, yo. You know, everybody got a little bit of nosiness in them, yo. You know, so you know, it's cool to be able to kind of interact with celebrities and stuff like that, especially people that you know what I'm saying, you always been liking, you know what I mean. But I'm down. I'm cool with it. I don't know,
okay.
you know, like, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay, he cool with it. All right, what about Jenae, what about you? How do you feel about celebrities opening their lives like through like reality shows, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or just people on social media saying the first thing that comes out of their mind?
I'm actually cool with it as well because I feel like Joe said, that it gives you a chance to, you know, see inside. I know some things may be scripted, you know, sometimes for viewer's sake, but I'm definitely down for it. I do feel like certain celebrities in certain positions, I feel like sometimes they may taint their image or they may, you know, be in their emotions, and some of these tweets they should keep to themselves. So I do think that, you know, sometimes it's like, all right, y'all need to chill. But other than that, I think it's a good idea. I think that it can actually inspire. You know, when you're watching certain shows, it can actually inspire you, especially if they're doing something that you love to do, whether it's fashion or anything like that. It can inspire you to grind harder because you're watching them and you're seeing where they are, and that's where you want to be. So I think it could be some good to it as well as some bad.
Okay. Well, me personally, I don't really care too much for celebrities being on social media such as Twitter because it takes away the mystery. You know, like how would we feel if Michael Jackson was on Twitter, you know, just typing out, just random typing out how he feels, you know. They just start talking about stuff about the earth, you know, how he was into the earth and all that. And like the trees, like, you know, typing something, saying the trees, you guys just keep cutting down the trees. I don't know what to do, you know. I know how Michael talk with that sensitive ass voice, but you know, I mean, you gotta keep. I just like the mystery of it. I don't really like it and know too much about these celebrities. You got these ideas in your mind of what you think a celebrity is, and then you turn around and see them on Twitter, and you know they're doing things that the average, I would say the average person is, or off the average income. You know, so that kind of like enables that person on the average income to think that they're just like that rich individual that's doing stuff. But in actuality, they can afford to do certain things that, you know, we're not allowed to do. For instance, like when Chris Brown had the cops outside his door and all that, you know, some person can interpret that like, yeah, man, F the police. I'm gonna just say what I want to say, and then turn around and they get blasted on by the police. And that's just certain things certain ways I see it. You know, I mean, reality TV, yeah, like, you know, Cake Boss and what else? What's some other stuff? You know, that you know, like you said, like said Jenae, you know, as far as showing them what you can do with the business, it can be inspiring. But that's just my thoughts on that. Moving to something else. What do you guys feel like is more effective to the human mind? Violent video games, violent music, or violent movies? And I'll start with Joe on this one.
I think it's more violent music because music puts you in a mood. Music puts you in a mood, yo. If you having a riding along in the car, yo, you probably more than likely want to listen to something ratchet because you're in a good mood, yo. And if you're in a down mood, you listen to something sad. Or if you know what I'm saying, you wake up Sunday morning, you want to listen to Kirk Franklin or something like that. You know, it's your mood, yo. The mood is mood music, you know. So I definitely think it's music, man, that'll make people snap. You know, I don't know. You know, as far as movies go, science fiction, or whatever, you know, and you know, as far as like, you know, what else you said? What's the other thing you said?
Violent video games like Call of Duty.
Video games.
You know, Grand Theft.
Yeah. To some extent, some of these guys out here might take that to the furthest extreme. You know, I got a couple guys at work, they really into it. Real guns and video games. So it's like, yeah, you never know. Try to be friends with everybody.
Yeah. What about okay? So what about you, Jenae? How do you feel about that?
I definitely feel like it's music. Oh my goodness, music has the ability to, get in your mind, get in your thought process without you even per se paying attention. Like, think about when you're in the mall or you're in a store or you're in the gym and they're playing a song. You might not even know the song, but you end up humming it in the bathroom or in the car, or you're still singing the lyrics when you were around somebody and they were rapping or singing something. Music has the ability to get in your mind whether you're paying attention or not. So definitely music.
Okay. All right. For me, I would agree that that music alters your mental capacity more so than violent video games and violent movies, but they definitely play a role in it as well. Like a young kid playing Call of Duty, like a lot of young guys that on the base where I work, they decided that they wanted to join the military after playing Call of Duty. I tell you what. I tell you like this: when you get shot in the real life, it ain't no start over, and you're not gonna see a quote from a general or a president, and then you go back in. It ain't
gonna flash red or nothing.
No, nothing like that. It ain't gonna be no golden eye, burn. No, none of that. It'll be over for you. And violent movies, a lot of people say, at least during the 80s, if you ask certain artists like Scarface, Jay-Z, them, they said Scarface played an intricate part in, influencing them. Some people take a literal standpoint with movies, Scarface being like the top guy, but he let greed take them down, and eventually that was his demise right there. So, but yeah, music definitely can have you, like you put Lil Jon on in I won't say like a hole in the wall spot where it's 500 square feet and you got 1,800 people inside. Somebody's probably gonna get shot.
Pretty much.
Lil Jon gonna have you hating the other side of the club. We see them, just the lyrics he say. We see them folks coming up in the club. You know what I mean? F that side and and all that. But yeah, so I think we're all in agreement that violent music is definitely more effective to the human mind. All right. Speaking of military, all right. Pose this question: if you can fight wars at 18, should the drinking age be lowered? For these guys or for people in general, rather. But I'm gonna start with you, Jenae, on that one. You got a little son; he's gonna get older. So how do you feel about about that subject? As far as if we can fight wars at 18, should the drinking age be lowered?
I don't think so. I don't think the age should be lowered. I know that they try to set ages, according to maturity. I think that's the reason why even though at the age some people are still not mature, it's all about responsibility. It's all about being responsible. But no, I don't think they should change the age. I think that, 18, even though at 18 a lot of people are still drinking.
Right.
But yeah.
All right, Joe, what you think about it?
Yeah, I don't think they should lower the drinking age. Like you said, it's all about a responsibility thing. Drinking is some of them are probably already doing it anyway.
Right.
So it's like you definitely don't want to lower it just to give them that extra edge. Like, oh man, I can drink just because I'm 18. So
right.
Nah, they shouldn't do that. Nah.
Okay. All right, Jenae. This is directed really towards all of us actually. Like, why is it that strangers support your business more than the ones sometimes? Yeah, these are spotlight questions, right?
Yes. My phone gonna be binging from text messages soon. I definitely agree to that. Oh my goodness. I don't understand the concept of it. A lot of times I can create certain accessories, or I can, my partner and I, we can provide all of these things. We have a performance squad, and we can provide all of these things and have lower prices and the same exact, quality, and we give all these things to the girls that all the other local cheer squads do, but they won't support us. And it's crazy. I don't understand it. I can't give you a reason because I don't agree with it. I think it's crazy. I really don't understand why you would go into another place and pay more when you can get the same. I understand if it's not the same quality or they're missing something, but if it's the same as that or better, I don't know why people do that. I have no idea.
All right. What do you think it's like that, Joe?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes just family, man. If family get jealous, man. If in the past one time, family and friends, if in the past one time, if you ain't support them, you ain't go to their play, go to their game, and it's so old, but people are petty. Family and friends are petty too.
Yes.
So they definitely don't want to see you succeed. So they gonna give you that little the little emoji with the grin and the little grin on the side look. That's exactly how they gonna look at you. Like, man, I ain't trying to support them, man. They ain't support me when I was in juvie or something like that. They ain't come see me. So I'm definitely not going to see them. I ain't going to support that. That's how,
right.
And that's just how people is, yo. You can't stop that. There's a little bit of hate in it too, but that's a different subject.
Yeah, so a lot of it can be jealousy. A lot of it can be people not even knowing that how important something is to you. They don't take it as seriously as you do. I think that's ultimately what it is. They don't take it as seriously as you do. It's hard for somebody to see your vision, and that's fine because as long as you can see it, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Pressing forward. Whether we got 3 listeners or 1 listener, we're gonna give a good show. We're gonna give a great show every time. You know what I'm saying? That's just the motivation every time to do that. It's not about fame. It's not about money. We're just doing this to have fun with this. And I definitely encourage Jenae to continue doing what she's doing and not let anybody hold her back on anything because it's only about what you believe. As long as you believe in yourself, everything else will fall into play.
You know what, John, I think another thing, y'all, is there are people who always wanted to do some of the things that you're doing and you're accomplishing, and instead of them connecting with you, I know I was listening to Steve Harvey one time, and he was talking about the importance of connection. Bishop Jakes talked about it too, the importance of connection. A lot of times we see people doing things that, we wanted to do, and like Joe said, it becomes a hate or a jealous feeling versus saying, hey, like, how did you get on? What can I do? Or, I had some ideas like this before, and it's kind of like, well, I ain't going to support them versus how can I get there?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's get into something, I guess, a little lighter. It's how do we feel about older women dating younger men? I ain't talking about like 5 years older. I mean like, 15. You got 15 to 20 years on them. Like, I don't use that term, that cliche term. They call them cougars or whatever. But, just older women talking to a younger man. It's like Street Fighter sounds and shit. So I'm gonna ask you, Jenae. Would you date somebody that's 15 years your junior?
Oh my goodness, no, I would not. However, I do have friends that are older who may be interested in younger men, and the thing is, from their perspective, it's like some of the older men are not offering what they feel like the younger men can offer them. And, I mean, I guess it's just depending on the person. I definitely wouldn't want my son being dated by someone that's like 15 years older than them or that graduated with me. That's not happening. So, yeah, I wouldn't per se do that, but you just never know. I guess, the thing called love, I guess.
All right. What about you, Joe? What you think about it? I was giggling.
Hey, man. It's a limit that you gotta get to. I mean, I don't know, man. I couldn't see myself dating nobody older than 10 years older than me. I'm 31, so I can somebody in their 40s. No, I don't think so. I don't agree with it.
You're not for it. Okay. All right. Well, in my experiences in my 20s, I've definitely done this where I've dated women older than myself by like 15 to 20. It's a thrill. It's a thrill for them. I imagine the ones that I did encounter, it was a thrill for them. I always knew in the back of my mind that as far as taking something serious, and I didn't see that happening. But it was, we learned a lot from each other. I definitely, learned a lot of things from, the older woman that, I was seeing at the time. But, as far as there's something serious, me personally, I know there's some out there that do that, that will date, a woman, that's much older than them. Hence, was it Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? Or, there's a lot of other scenarios that can be used. All right, let's talk about this, man. This thing, don't laugh too much, man. But it's holiday season, and weather's getting cold. I want to know, what is this definition of cuffing season?
Cuffing season?
Joe.
Yep, cuffing season, and I'm gonna start with my man Joe. What is cuffing season?
Cuffing season, man. That's when you try to find somebody to cuff up for the holidays. You get to you got that break right there between August and like Labor Day, where you kind of like, I ain't feeling her. This speaking in perspective of what the theory is. I ain't feeling her. It's time to break up. Because cuffing season is from most of the fall, and then by the time Christmas comes, you kind of get into the relationship. That way, you ain't got to get too much of a serious gift for Christmas. And then by January, you fall into it. And then by February, you might see if it's real. The Valentine's Day gift might be real. And then by the time it get warm again, it's like, I don't want to be with her no more. So that's what cuffing season is, man.
All right. Well, today I must ask you, dear, what is cuffing season to you?
Oh gosh. Definitely what Joe said. Cuffing season is, when it's colder, when it gets a little chilly outside, you want to have that that boo where you're, cuddling and having that time. When it's hot, it's kind of like, like Joe said, oh, well, all right,
That hibernation.
It's hot.
Right there.
It's hot now. You don't want to cuddle. You don't want to cuff because it's hot. That's how it is. I guess that's the theory behind it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cuffing season. Well, it's hot year round down here, so you either got to be in for a relationship or you just not in for it. Pretty much. It would be all right, it's hot outside today, so I think I'm gonna lose this relationship. No, you got to be in. You got to be in for the long run, or just leave it alone. And for a long time, I was by myself for a very long time throughout my tour. I would say from age 22 to about 20, I say 30, to 30. That's when, I was by myself, so then I wasn't committed to anybody. So I was, I learned a lot throughout those, throughout the 20s. Made a lot of mistakes. No regrets though, because I wouldn't be who I am today. But
right.
We'll touch on something else. Okay, we all remember like being in high school and middle school and hearing about relationships. But do you feel like the kids should avoid relationships as adolescents? Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you, Jenae.
Well, I think that it should be. I don't think relationships can be bad. I think that it just needs to be a cutoff point. With the cheerleaders, we have the cheerleaders ranging from 3 to like 17, 16, and they're liking boys and they're dating, and when they tell me scenarios of things that happen at school, I'm like, oh no, you can't, people can't do that, y'all can't do that, or those type of things. I think that it can be healthy in a sense, but I think that it still should be monitored. I think that parents should be open and have those conversations with their kids. I plan to do that with my son. I'll say all the time, you're not dating until you 25. But at the same time, I think that there can be some positivity with it as long as it's, monitored. I think that it can be taken too far and, doing too much, but I think it can be, I don't think you should be crying and skipping school and not going to class because, your boyfriend dumped you or something like that, but it can be healthy. I think that it's important to teach healthy relationships at appropriate ages. Let me just say that.
Right. Okay. Well, what about you, Joe? How you feel about it?
Yeah, like she said, it definitely should be monitored, because there's a lot of like, backdoor stuff going on, with, like kids and on social media and stuff like that. Oh, he said this on this and he said this on that, and oh, I heard y'all won't dating and all this stuff like that. My nephew be talking some crazy stuff. They come home, they go to Ned and stuff. They talk some crazy yin yang stuff about girls, and I'm like, dang, man,
right.
They got it rougher than what we had, So because social media is available, it's like if we had social media when we was in high school, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
That would have been an experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't I know it? Don't I know it? My feelings about kids in middle school and high school dating. I feel that you should have. I mean, that little walk you to your locker type thing is cool, but as far as like, it's like it's just nonstop kissing around the lockers and all that. Boys are growing up, they're getting, they're discovering themselves, and
right.
Feelings. You're not really ready to have these feelings, at that age, especially with school going on. A lot of us are unable to handle that, so I feel like it's definitely something that should be, that, you should wait to do. I mean, I got a daughter, and there's gonna come a day where, she likes a guy, but she has to. I just want to make sure that she's mature enough to handle these type of, emotions that come along with it. I was talking to Marquise, and he was telling me about, a situation with his daughters. She's in high school, yeah, and just as far as she is going through heartbreak, and you're just not mature enough to handle those types of, emotions at the time. But I mean, it's inevitable that you're gonna be attracted to
right.
to someone. So it's gonna happen. But yeah, like you guys said, just monitor it, and it should be fine. Social media definitely changes everything. They can send pictures of themselves to each other, and it can get real wild. If it's not it's not monitored. That's.
I think that, John, your surroundings play a big part too, because a lot of times, like you said, like Joe said, social media, and then the TV shows, and then who you're with. If your parents or your guardian or your aunts or your uncles, if they're displaying certain type of relationships, that's kind of what you end up being a part of because of what you're around, your surroundings. So I think that not just monitoring, what our kids do or younger kids do, I think being an example, because a lot of times they're watching social media, they're watching the celebrities, and then they're watching you. So they're picking up what they see you do, and they think that's what a healthy relationship is. So if you're around kids or you're around, you work at a school or whatever it may be, and your relationship is not healthy, you're showing them that it's okay because you're still in it.
Yep.
Shade on the love.
Definitely shade. Let me ask you guys something, hip hop heads. If your favorite rapper decided to make an educational, positive, and forced album targeting the youth, would you still support them?
No.
That's a damn shame.
Nope. Nope.
So you telling me if Jay-Z came out with a one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish album, you wouldn't support that shit?
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Hey, Blue, put that back.
Yeah.
Nah.
Blue Ivy.
Nah,
yeah, one fish. Yeah.
Nah, yo, I couldn't do it, man. Just being honest, man. It wouldn't be real, man. It's like he put himself on to do it. He getting definitely paid for to do it, you know. So,
yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna be real. Nah, nope.
Jenae, could you support that?
I think I could. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because the kids are going to gravitate to it just because of who he is. I know it may seem unreal, but if it's going to help them and if they're going to do better, just like these videos that are going viral of the teachers making songs and changing songs, you know, for the classroom and stuff, if it's helping them learn or if it's making them more excited about learning, then I'm down for it.
Right. But if
21 Savage ain't making no educational album.
Yeah, he can count. He can be the count. 21. That's his ad-lib. His ad-lib is just saying 21. That's like, all right. I just imagine being in the studio with him as he, you know, all right, he's listening to his words he'd already laid down, and then he just jumps in, 21. All right. Let some couple seconds go by. 21. Man, this dude is for real. But I'm not adjusting. I like the hip hop that came with me into high school and left with me in high school. So I'm gonna stick with that. So I'm more Rough Riders, Rockefeller, you know, Cash Money. That's who left with me, and that's who I'm gonna leave with. But speaking of you know, music artists, let's just say they decided to make a new House Party. Who would you cast in a remake of House Party, Joe?
Let me see. I take Chris Brown. Chris Brown he can dance.
Right.
Chris Brown. Give me my man off of Dope. He can dance too. Because you gotta have light skinned cat and dark skinned cat.
All right.
Get DC Young Fly to be the DJ.
You want him to play Martin's role?
Yeah, and that's it right there. Yeah.
DC Young Fly. So what about the female leads?
Let me get I don't know too many new young female actors, yo.
Because there isn't.
I don't know too many. Yeah,
that's the sad part. There isn't. It's not like when we grew up, when you had like Vivica Fox, Halle Berry, Jada Pinkett. You know what I'm saying? What's the shorty? Leela Rashawn. You know, all these beautiful black females. You don't hear about them nowadays, man. I don't know what the hell's going on with Hollywood, but you need to stop trying to hide us away from the world and show that black beauty. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as far as females, I guess you could use Amber Rose and Black China. That'll work.
Oh, God.
You can call it twerk.
Goodness, man.
Or what's your girl name? Keke Palmer.
Yeah, Keke Palmer and not Raven Simone, because she don't know what color she is.
Better stay away from that homie from her show, man. That dude be going wild on her in these videos, man. He talking about, he's just describing how her breasts look and all this stuff in interviews. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
That dude.
Now they talking about Kanye. They need to watch this fool. So I'll ask you, Jenae, what about your remake of House Party? Who you got being in it?
I was going to say the same thing as far as, like, I don't really know no good people. Sanaa is one of my favorite actresses, Sanaa Lathan. I think she's a well-rounded actress, and other than that, I don't really know.
Sanaa too damn old to be on House Party. She ain't going to dance at all. Just because she hang out with French Montana don't mean she going to dance.
I don't know. That's a classic, y'all. They don't think they can remake. I don't like when they remake stuff anyway. It doesn't be nothing like the original. I don't like that.
That's just like House Party. House Party, what, 6?
5. No, yeah.
5. You seen that? You seen that joint? That was horrible, yo.
I hate when they do that.
House Party 4 was horrible.
The older immature.
Yeah. IMX, immature, whatever they want to be called.
Yeah.
Better known as receding hairlines. Yeah, that's good. Marcus Houston, his hairline is receded more than mine. And then what's to do? LDB, and then Romeo with the patch on his eye.
Yeah, that was real corny. I
don't know.
Yeah,
we got a little bit. We got a little under 5 minutes left in the show. Jenae, what'd you think of the show so far?
I love it. I'm so glad that you guys invited me to be a part. I think it's really, really dope. I'm excited that you're doing it because I remember when you talked about it initially, so I'm really, really excited that it's happening. And it's important to be a voice. So no matter, like you said earlier, whether it's one listener or a billion listeners, which will be coming soon, I think it's important to be a voice. So some people need that encouragement. Some people need that laugh. Some people need just that reality, So right. I think it's dope. I think it's really, really dope.
And what do you think everybody's going to say about your interview or the questions that was asked to you?
Yeah, I'm going to get some calls. Oh, I'm not supportive? No. Yeah, but no.
The truth hurts. It's
yeah, right, it does. It does.
So if you're listening and Jenae feels this way about you, she just feels that way about you. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, shout out to the people that are supportive. I do have a lot of. I do have a lot of support. It's a small circle, but there are the people that are they're just enough. So I appreciate them. And even with my business partner with the cheer, we work hand in hand. We make things happen. So. Yeah, shout out to Impact Nation. If you're listening and you need to sign your daughter up, we're registering now.
Please sign your daughter up for cheerleading. Jenae is the truth with this cheerleading thing. She was on a cheerleading squad in high school, and support her. That's what we do. Support your own.
Yeah, Nance River.
Please support your own. That's all I can suggest. Please support your own. Joe, you got anything you want to add?
Nah. Ready to be off, man. Ready to eat.
You cooking? Yeah. Who cooking for Thanksgiving? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm going around my people's house. I'll suffer. So
They're making rounds.
Yeah, I got a couple houses about by.
I got one last thing. Y'all remember the days where TV shows used to have great theme songs that you thought they could be like, pop on the pop top 100s and stuff like that, like Golden Girls, Family Matters, Full House.
Cheers.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's awesome, man. You don't even get theme songs these days, I believe.
Nah,
just go
shows
right
just
into
come
it.
straight on. Yep.
Yeah.
The shows are just not the same anymore, y'all.
That's the reality TV. That's all reality.
It's not,
TV.
yeah.
That's that reality TV that you guys like. You want to be a part of the people's life. You said that earlier. That I want to see, and it could be inspiring, and I like the TV show, and all that.
You can pull certain things from it. I mean, I'm not saying it's all good because I've seen some stuff and I'm just like, I can't even watch this. Like, it can be.
I'm talking about like designing women, Major Dad, Coach, just have TV shows just rocking. We used to have TV shows rocking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But those are the old days. This is now. In other words, Cowboys are 1-1 away from the playoffs.
Yes.
1-1 away from playoff contention, and I have to give it to Dak.
Oh my goodness.
Cowboys.
Oh my goodness.
We got nothing to talk about with us, with our 49ers.
Oh my
goodness. Joe, you don't like the Cowboys?
Yeah, not a fan.
Oh my goodness.
Come on over to the Cowboys Nation.
I'm rooting for the Redskins. I put my Redskins.
Oh gosh.
This dude wild.
Yes, crazy. They're definitely gonna lose.
I don't know. I don't trust that Jerry Jones. I feel like Jerry Jones is just waiting in the wing. He waiting for Dak to trip on his shoestring or something. It's like, all right, Tony, you going in? You know,
that's right.
Or Dak, or like he purposely will make Dak forget his helmet in the locker room just so Tony can get a few snaps in. Like he really supports Tony Romo. But we'll see what happens.
He's dating his daughter. Dating his granddaughter.
That's wild right there. Talk more into that. But yeah, so I mean the show is that's pretty much it right there. So I want to thank Miss Gardner for being on the show. I always want to thank my boy Joe Sneaks, my dog. You know what I'm saying, for coming through for the interview. I apologize if I sound like I'm under the weather. I got a little Biggie concept going on right now, but hopefully I'll be better by next week. And this is Romey-Mak, and this is Romey-Mak 2 Cents. Jenae, again, we appreciate you being on the show, but we out. That's it. So
all right.
Look out for the show and post it on your social media. I love you guys. All right, we out.
All right, bro.